Arthur O. Lindsay. Born in Decatur, Illinois in 1877, Arthur Oliver Lindsay graduated from Illinois College in 1903 before following in his father's footsteps in the newspaper business.
John Lindsay started in the newspaper business in the early to middle 1800s. His paper became the Decatur Herald. The whole family, all 12 children, worked in the business.
After college, Lindsay held multiple positions at the Birmingham News and Birmingham Ledger newspapers in Alabama and at the Shawnee Herald newspaper in Oklahoma before purchasing the Quincy Whig with his brother Frank in 1915. Lindsay became president and general manager of the Whig, and in 1920, when the Quincy Whig and Quincy Journal merged into the Whig Journal, he became editor, general manager, and president of the Whig Company Publishers. In 1926, the Whig Company and Quincy Herald were consolidated to form Quincy Newspapers Incorporated, and Lindsay served as president and director of sales from the consolidation until his death. The logistics of merging a morning newspaper and an evening newspaper were complex, and the economy presented challenges.
In the early 30s, they were in the Depression. And so the economy at that point in time was terrible, as they were just really trying to get organized. And then almost immediately, they went into World War II. And they struggled, obviously, as everybody did through World War II, and the economy was very desperate at that point in time. And then really, in this region, after the war, the economy didn't really recover until the 50s. So those early days of that amalgamation of these families and these newspapers was a struggle. And it took the best of all of them to really pull it off, and they did.
Today, Quincy Newspapers Incorporated operates 13 television stations, 2 radio stations, and 2 newspapers in 7 states. During his long career as a publisher, Lindsay was active in several newspaper organizations. He served as president of the Inland Daily Press Association and served on the board of directors of Illinois Daily Newspapers Markets. He also served as a director of Quincy Broadcasting Company, which operates WGEM.
Those guys were pioneers, and they led the changes, the evolution in the technology in the newspaper business, and then ultimately moved into the broadcasting business. And A.O. Lindsay was a very critical person in that evolution.
Lindsay served for 11 years as president of the Anna Brown Home. He was chairman of the Quincy Chamber of Commerce Board of Directors from 1943 to 1944, and served as a director of the Illinois State Chamber of Commerce from 1945 to 1946.
His philosophy probably was what he saw in his own home in Decatur, that when you live in the community, you want to participate. And as participants, you want to see if you can make things better, be helpful, enjoy where you are, and just when you draw your income from your community, it's your joy and responsibility to give that back.
Lindsay valued education. He served on a lay advisory committee at Quincy College, was appointed to an advisory committee to the president at the University of Illinois, and Illinois College awarded him an honorary Doctor of Laws degree in 1953 for his outstanding record of service to the community through media and for his active participation in public affairs.
He loved the truth. He loved clarifying things, and what you said, you should follow through, and words were important, and you didn't say things lightly. In his bedroom upstairs, he had one of those mega dictionaries that probably weighed 100 pounds on a big stand, and it was well read because you could see all the turned pages and the underline and the markings. If you commented, it should be something of value and something that was truthful and something that needed to be said.
Lindsay and his wife, Roberta, had one son. They were members of the Quincy Country Club and attended the First Union Congregational Church. Lindsay died on November 17, 1956.
A.O. Lindsay was a true pioneer, not only in the newspaper business, but in community. And he spawned a tradition in their family, certainly, and in our company that has been maintained and fulfilled over a long, long period of time.